Welcome back to Stoic Albums, the place where we break down human behavior, hidden psychology, and the silent power moves nobody talks about. Today's topic is intense. Why do alpha females hate sigma females? Why does a woman who leads the pack suddenly feel threatened by the one who walks alone? Stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear will completely change the way you understand female power. Point number 1. The silent power that scares alpha females. When you look at the dynamic between alpha females and sigma females, the first and biggest reason for the tension is silent power. This is the kind of power that sigma females naturally carry without trying. It's quiet, calm, and steady. And surprisingly, this quiet power scares alpha females more than any open competition. Alpha females are used to controlling their environment. They like to take charge. They like to show their strength, speak confidently, and be seen as leaders. They want everyone to recognize their presence. But sigma females? They walk into a room with a completely different energy. They don't try to be noticed. They don't fight for attention. They don't show off. Yet somehow people naturally pay attention to them. Their presence is strong without being loud. Their confidence is real without being flashy. And this creates confusion in the alpha female's mind. The sigma female's silent confidence becomes a threat because it cannot be controlled, predicted, or challenged. When an alpha female tries to intimidate someone, she expects a reaction. But sigma females don't give reactions. They stay calm. They stay detached. They stay focused on themselves. This lack of reaction makes alpha females feel powerless. Their usual methods do not work on a sigma. It's like trying to fight with someone who refuses to enter the ring. The alpha female ends up fighting alone. Another part of this silent power is the sigma's ability to stay comfortable in solitude. Alpha females love social attention. They need people around them. They need a group to lead. But sigma females are different. They do not need anyone to feel complete. They enjoy their own company. They are their own team. This independence makes the alpha female insecure because it shows a strength she cannot fully understand. To the alpha female, power is about leading others. But to the sigma female, power is about leading herself. Silent power also makes the sigma female unpredictable. Alpha females can read most people easily. They can sense weaknesses, motivations, and intentions. But sigma females stay private. They don't share too much. They don't reveal their emotions quickly. They don't expose their plans. This mystery makes the alpha female uncomfortable. People fear what they cannot understand, and sigma females are full of unanswered questions. The most important part is this: sigma females never compete. And when someone does not compete with you, you can't defeat them. Alpha females feel threatened because the sigma female's power comes from within, not from external validation. She does not need praise. She does not chase attention. She does not care who is watching. This naturally pulls admiration and respect toward her. So, the silent power of the sigma female becomes the first and strongest reason why alpha females dislike them. It shakes their confidence, disrupts their control, and shows that real strength does not have to be loud. Sigma females prove that power is not about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. And this truth is something many alpha females find hard to accept. Point number 2. Independence that challenges the alpha female's control. One of the biggest reasons alpha females dislike sigma females is because of the sigma's extreme independence. This independence is not loud or rebellious. It is calm, natural, and unbreakable. And for alpha females, this is a direct challenge to the control and influence they usually hold over others. Alpha females love being leaders. They want to guide people, help them, direct them, and sometimes even control certain situations. They enjoy being the one others rely on. It gives them a sense of power and purpose. So when an alpha female meets someone who doesn't need guidance, doesn't need leadership, and doesn't need approval, it shakes her confidence deeply. That someone is the sigma female. Sigma females are completely comfortable standing alone. They don't look for support. They don't chase validation. They don't ask for permission. Their entire identity is built on personal strength and inner clarity. They depend only on themselves, and that level of independence is rare. Most people either follow someone or want someone to follow them. But Sigma females belong to neither group. They are the lone wolves of society, self-directed, self-responsible, and emotionally self-sufficient. This becomes a major problem for alpha females, because their usual influence doesn't work here. When an alpha female tries to help or lead a Sigma, the Sigma politely refuses and continues doing things her own way, not because she dislikes the alpha. She simply doesn't need anyone to guide her. This rejection, even if gentle, feels like a loss of power to the alpha female. Another aspect of this independence is that Sigma females do not seek social approval. They don't care about fitting in. They don't follow trends. They don't change themselves to please anyone. Alpha females often thrive in social groups, leading, influencing, motivating, or even controlling the dynamic. But Sigma females stay outside these groups, making their own path. This creates irritation in alpha females because they cannot understand why someone would choose to stay detached when they could have popularity and support. The Sigma female's independence also makes her highly unpredictable. Alpha females operate in predictable social structures. They know who follows them, who respects them, and who looks up to them. But Sigma females don't fit into any category. They don't follow the alpha, they don't compete with her, and they don't challenge her directly. They just do their own thing. And that unpredictability makes alpha females uncomfortable, sometimes even insecure. What truly frustrates alpha females is that this independence gives the Sigma female real power. Not power over others, but power over herself. She is not influenced, manipulated, pressured, or controlled by anyone. She is mentally free. And freedom is the strongest form of power a person can have. When the alpha female sees this level of independence, she realizes something very important. She cannot defeat someone who doesn't depend on anyone. She cannot control someone who doesn't need approval. She cannot intimidate someone who isn't impressed by dominance. This creates an unspoken tension and often hidden jealousy. So yes, Sigma females threaten alpha females in one simple way. They don't need anybody. And that kind of independence is rare, powerful, and intimidating. Point number 3. The natural mystery that makes alpha females jealous. Another powerful reason alpha females often dislike Sigma females is because Sigma females carry a natural mystery that cannot be copied, controlled, or understood. This mysterious nature becomes a source of jealousy and frustration for many alpha females. Alpha females are usually very open about their strengths, goals, ambitions, and personality. They like people to know who they are. They speak clearly, act confidently, and show their abilities to the world. Their power is visible, loud, and direct. But Sigma females? They operate in a completely different way. Sigma females are quiet observers. They do not reveal too much about themselves. They do not talk unless necessary. They do not share their plans or emotions easily. They keep most of their thoughts private. This makes them incredibly hard to read. People cannot tell what they're thinking, what they want, or how they feel. This naturally creates curiosity. People want to understand them, but they can't. And nothing makes an alpha female more irritated than someone she cannot figure out. Alpha females are used to reading people quickly. They know who is confident, who is insecure, who is pretending, and who is real. But the Sigma female stands outside these labels. She is unpredictable. She cannot be placed into any usual category. And this mystery becomes a challenge the alpha cannot win. Another reason this mystery bothers alpha females is that it creates unwanted attention for the Sigma. Even without speaking much or showing off, the Sigma female becomes interesting to others. People notice her calmness, her silence, and her confidence. They start wondering about her story. They want to know more. This natural curiosity pulls attention toward the Sigma, even though she never asks for it. Alpha females usually dominate social spaces with their charisma, leadership, and bold personality. But when a mysterious Sigma quietly steals attention without trying, it can feel like a threat to the alpha's position. The alpha female works hard to maintain respect and influence. The Sigma female gains that respect without effort. This creates jealousy. The Sigma female's mystery also makes her very hard to manipulate. When someone is open, you can influence them emotionally or mentally. But with a mysterious personality, you never know what affects them. Alpha females sometimes use social intelligence and emotional strength to maintain control in groups. But Sigma females don't respond to these tactics. They simply remain calm, unreadable, and unbothered. This lack of emotional reaction annoys alpha females. They don't know if the Sigma is impressed, bored, offended, or completely unaffected. And not knowing makes them uneasy. Another important point is that mystery equals strength. People who reveal everything are easy to understand. People who reveal nothing are powerful. Sigma females know themselves deeply, but they don't show that knowledge to the world. This gives them a quiet advantage. Alpha females sense that advantage even if they can't explain it, and this fuels their dislike. So, the Sigma female's natural mystery becomes a psychological weapon. It is not something she uses intentionally, it is simply who she is. But this mystery disrupts the alpha female's confidence, steals social attention, creates jealousy, and takes away the alpha's ability to control the situation. In the end, mystery is one of the Sigma female's strongest qualities, and also one of the biggest reasons alpha females feel threatened by her. Point number 4. She refuses to play the social game. One of the biggest reasons alpha females dislike Sigma females is because Sigma females completely refuse to play the social game. This social game is something alpha females are experts at. They know how to lead groups, influence people, build connections, and create strong social circles. They understand how social hierarchies work, and they know how to stay at the top of them. But Sigma females? They don't care about any of that. Sigma females walk through life with a mindset that says, I don't need to belong to a group to feel strong. They don't want to join cliques. They don't want to dominate others. They don't want to impress crowds. They simply want peace, freedom, and authenticity. This attitude completely destroys the alpha female strategy. Alpha females rise by being social leaders. Sigma females rise by being independent outsiders. These are two opposite worlds. When an alpha female tries to gather power through influence, confidence, group support, and charisma, she expects everyone to participate in that system. But the Sigma female stands outside of it. She doesn't follow the rules. She doesn't join the system. She doesn't react to the drama. This makes the alpha female feel like she is losing control of the structure she usually dominates. Another reason this frustrates alpha females is because Sigma females cannot be pressured socially. Most people adjust their behavior to fit into groups. They change their opinions slightly. They follow trends. They say things that sound good. But Sigma females stay unshaken. They don't change who they are even if the whole group expects them to. This kind of confidence makes alpha females uncomfortable because it means their influence has no effect. The social game involves gossip, alliances, competition, and attention. Alpha females use these tools to maintain status and leadership. But Sigma females avoid these things completely. They don't gossip. They don't take sides. They don't try to prove anything to anyone. This neutral attitude removes the drama and quietly exposes how unnecessary social games actually are. And because it exposes the system, it threatens the alpha female sense of power within that system. Sigma females also don't compete. This is another major problem for alpha females. The alpha female expects rivals, followers, supporters, and challengers. She is used to winning battles and proving her strength. But how do you compete with someone who isn't even playing? You can't. And this makes alpha females feel powerless. When the Sigma female rejects competition, she takes control without even trying. The alpha female suddenly realizes she cannot beat someone who doesn't even step onto the battlefield. She loses the emotional advantage she normally has over others. Finally, the Sigma female's refusal to play the social game makes her rare, and rare things attract attention. People admire her identity, her peace, her detachment, and her authenticity. She becomes interesting because she is different. And this natural attention can overshadow the alpha female's intentional leadership. So in the end, Sigma females are disliked because they break the rules of social hierarchy simply by refusing to follow them. They prove that power does not come from controlling others. it comes from controlling yourself. And this truth is something many alpha females are not ready to accept. Point number 5. A confidence that cannot be imitated. The final and most powerful reason alpha females often dislike sigma females is because sigma females have a kind of confidence that cannot be copied. It is natural, effortless, and deeply rooted within them. This type of confidence is extremely rare, and it makes alpha females feel insecure, confused, and sometimes even jealous. Alpha females usually gain confidence through achievements, skills, leadership roles, and experience. They work hard to become strong. They grow into their power. Their confidence is visible and often loud because it has been built piece by piece. There is nothing wrong with this, it is a valid form of strength. But the sigma female's confidence is different. It is not learned. It is not practiced. It is not developed over time. It is simply who she is. Sigma females walk with a calm and quiet confidence that is present even when no one is watching. They do not need attention to feel strong. They do not need praise to stay motivated. They do not need approval to validate themselves. Their power comes from deep self-awareness and inner peace. They know themselves. They trust themselves. They do not compare themselves to anyone else. This natural confidence makes alpha females uncomfortable because it cannot be matched. You cannot compete with someone who is not competing. You cannot outshine someone whose light does not depend on the spotlight. You cannot intimidate someone who does not fear judgment. And you cannot copy a personality that is born, not built. Another reason this confidence bothers alpha females is because it destroys their usual ways of maintaining dominance. Alpha females often use their strong personalities to influence others, but sigma females remain unaffected. If an alpha tries to impress a sigma, the sigma stays neutral. If an alpha tries to intimidate her, the sigma stays calm. If an alpha tries to challenge her, the sigma simply walks away. This lack of reaction makes the alpha female feel powerless. Sigma females also carry a unique confidence in their emotional control. They do not break easily. They do not show weakness to anyone. They keep their emotions balanced, even in stressful situations. This emotional maturity makes alpha females feel exposed, because they are not used to someone who stays composed no matter what. The sigma female's confidence also gives her another advantage. She doesn't need validation from people. Most people, even strong alphas, want appreciation, recognition, and respect. But sigma females don't chase these things. They are satisfied with who they are, even if no one notices them. This self-sufficiency is very rare, and it makes the alpha female question her own confidence. Finally, the sigma female's confidence cannot be copied because it comes from freedom. She is free from social pressure, free from expectations, free from jealousy, free from insecurity. She does not pretend to be strong. She simply is strong. And when an alpha female stands next to such natural strength, she feels overshadowed. So yes, this natural, unshakable confidence is one of the biggest reasons why alpha females hate sigma females. It shows them that true power does not come from leading others. It comes from fully knowing yourself. And that level of self-belief is something many alphas wish they had, but can never truly imitate. At the end of the day, alpha females don't hate sigma females because they are enemies. They hate them because sigma females reveal something powerful. True strength doesn't need a spotlight. Real confidence doesn't need attention. And the strongest women walk alone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep psychological content from Stoic Albums. Thanks for watching. Stay stoic, stay powerful, and remember, silence is sometimes the loudest strength.